at their peak, but these berries, when they're bright red, they're absolutely the best. But even right now, if you touch them, what we oftentimes have people do is we'll say, don't pick it. No need to pick it. The tree needs the berries. The birds will eat the berries. But if you touch it, you can feel a lot of different sensations. Kind of song sparrow, kind of gooey, in a nice way. Oops, yeah, there's a pass through too. Try not to do that. But if you'll get a little bit of the coating on your fingers, and then you can snip it. My nose isn't good enough to smell, but if you lick your fingers, holy cow, super lemon. Wow, that's the strongest lemonade berry I've tasted. And birds love it to eat the berries. Sometimes we get a season where the birds get to them before they even ripen, and we have none to talk about. But what the indigenous people, the Luiseños, I'll come back to that in a moment, used to soak them in water, and then you'd get like a lemon flavored water. Perfect. We right now are on the ancestral lands of the Luiseño American Indian tribe. That's a name given to them by the Spanish, when the Spanish moved in. And the Spanish named the tribes in the area by what mission they were building. So they built the San Luis Rey mission, and they named the local indigenous people the Luiseños. But they have their own name for themselves, not surprisingly, in their own language, and they refer to themselves as the Payomquicham, which in their language meant the people of the West. Can't get too much further west. We had the people of the South, the people of the East, and the people of the North. But the Payomquicham, this was their land, their ancestral land. Okay, so we have a monarch over here. The monarch is holding very still. Is actually a male. You can tell that pretty easily. Most butterflies, unfortunately, males and females look really different, like different species. Male and female monarchs are not that different, but if you get a good look at them, especially if you get a look with their wings open, you can see the female monarch has thicker veins. Those are the black lines that go along the wings on the orange background. And the male has much finer, thinner black veins. That works great if you're looking at their upper wing. The male has an enlarged spot of scales. It's really just a round dot on one of the veins that's pretty close to the body when the wings are open flat, and it's really quite obvious. However, this guy's simply got his wings up, which is a common way that butterflies have the nerve of resting. So it's a little bit harder to tell, but there's two ways you can tell. One, if you look really closely, you can see that the vein is a little bit smudgier. If you count from the body, it's the fourth vein away from the body, and it's just a little bit, it's like someone took a pencil eraser and kind of smudged it up there close to the hind wing. That in the female would be pretty much straight. So that's one way. That's a hard way though. The other thing is that you can tell when you can't see the upper wings of the monarch is on this fellow you can see the orange and a very thin black vein going to the outer edge. The female would be about twice as thick as that on the upper wing. And in reality, the veins for a female are thick enough that they actually look darker than the males do. So if you see a monarch and it seems really bright orange, odds are really good it's a male, because the female's veins are just thick everywhere on their upper wing. So this guy's a male. For 2 years, the butterflies have had bad weather getting down to Mexico, and the winter of 2019-20, they also had bad weather getting back. So bad weather meaning rains and winds, and these are basically creatures that float down to Mexico. So their decision is expected in December. It may not be endangered status. It could also be threatened status. And it could also be, no, I think they're doing okay. You never know these days. So stay tuned, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens to the butterflies.